Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I haven't done a voiceover in forever, so I thought I'd pop on and do one today. As you know, or you might not know, that I don't just do nails anymore. I went into beauty quite a few years ago and I've been doing beauty treatments. And then I went on to college to do my level 2 in hairdressing, which I've passed. So I'm now a qualified hairdresser. And I'm furthering that with the level 3 hairdressing. So today we've got Debbie in the chair. She's coming to have her roots touched up, so I'm going to skip through this because it is quite boring. I did do the back first, and then I've moved on to the sides. So you'll see me just finishing off the sides, just doing a root touch. Now, in the beginning pictures, it does look like she's bald, but she's not actually. She's not bald. She's just very, very white grey. So the rule is when you're covering greys to use a 6% developer with your tint. And I've gone in with just a natural tint. She actually brings in her products herself. So she bought in Weller 50 and 550. So we've mixed those together to make the base. And that's what we've been putting on the roots. And we've done this a couple of times and it does cover quite well. So once we've done all this, then we'll wash off. So I'll come back when we get to that stage. Okay, so we finished the root application and we left it on for 45 minutes and now we're rinsing off. So Debbie has curly hair. So to do curly hair, we do it slightly different. It needs plenty of water and moisture. So I'm giving it a really good soak, getting all this tint off and moving her head around so I can get underneath and around the neckline so she's not left with tint in the bottom of her hair. This is a shampoo that she's bought in herself specially for curly hair. So this is the first application and we give the head a really good scrub to remove the rest of that tint, and it feels really nice as well for the client. And then we rinse that off and then I will do a second shampoo, as you can see me doing here. This is to remove any last bits of tint. Like I said, I would lift her head up so I can get right down into the neckline so there's no tint left. And then she brought in, it's like a conditioning wash. So it's like a wash and a conditioner in one. So we put one application of that on and then rinsed all that off. And like I said, because she's got curly hair and curly hair needs as much moisture as it can get, I do give it a really, really good soak. I'm just applying some gel here. This is a gel that she also brought in. And I'm just working it through the hair, squishing it up to get all those curls all nicely curled. And giving it a good work through the hair. And like I said, Deb has got naturally curly hair. So we brush through it In a minute you'll see me with a brush. I part it off. That was the gel that we used in the hair. So you'll see in a minute I will part the hair off. I'm just wiping my hands there just to make sure all the products are off, so you don't get any nasties like dermatitis, because it is wet work. So here I am parting off the hair, and I start from the bottom, pin all the rest of the hair up on top, and then I'm just grabbing small sections, and first of all I'm combing it from the root to detangle all the hair. And then once I'm happy that it's smoothed and got a nice shine, then I start turning the brush to start forming the curls. And as you can see there, I'm just bouncing it up so the curls are nice and loose. And I do this all the way up the head, working in sections. So I'm just going to let you watch this for a while. So Deb and myself went on a curly hair course in Wolverhampton with a girl called Yasmin, and we picked up a lot of tricks. I mean, I'd never even thought about working with curly hair when I started my hairdressing journey. Deb came onto the course because she's a hairdresser as well herself. She came onto the course wanting to be a curly hair specialist. So that is her line of work. She wants to be a curly hair specialist. So we both went on this course. I sort of tagged along really just to see what it was all about and see what was different doing curly hair to straight hair. And I did learn quite a lot, especially with this technique where you're smoothing the hair out, getting rid of what's called wet frizz. So I did actually learn a lot, and it's made me work differently with curly hair now. So when I do come across curly hair, I do practice what I've learned, and I always do it like this. So many people sit in the chair with curly hair who just say, oh yeah, I'll just blow dry it straight afterwards. And I actually look at curly hair now and think, I'd love to enhance this. I'd love to get the nice curl. So yeah, it was a good course to go on. I'm glad I went on it. I learned a lot from it. But like I said, Debbie does want to go into curly hair specialist work. So that's her sort of vocation bit. And being a curly girl herself, obviously she knows a lot more than me on curly hair. So I'm picking up a lot of tricks from Deb as well. So doing curly hair, it does take a lot longer because there's like setting of the curls. You dry it differently as well, which you'll see in a minute. So it does take a lot longer. So it is more of a premium service. Like I said, that's why most people go to specialists, because they take the time with curly hair. So this is definitely something I would do going forward. If I get somebody in the seat with curly hair and they want to enhance their curls, I would give them the curly hair treatment, and just make it look all special and curly for them. So this is a hairdryer that is just a diffuser. All this does is diffuse hair. I bought this for intentionally doing curly hair because if you put a diffuse on hair dryers, it does blow very quick. This one doesn't. This one sort of leaves the hair where it is and just dries it. Drying curly hair is a lot different. The way I was taught is you start from the top and work your way down, and then you move the client around. So as you'll see in a minute, she'll sink back in a chair, and we do blow drying like that, like this. And when you scrunch the hair up, you don't move it around, you just literally put it up and hold it still, and you dry it off that way. In a minute you'll see her turn her head to one side and then the other side, where we dry the sides and the underneath, and then she'll put her head forward, so then we dry the back and the forward, and then I go back to the sitting position where I finish off drying. And this is almost finished off now. I'm just drying off the very ends. I did leave it a little bit damp to go out to dry naturally because it was quite late. And this is the after. So as you can see, she doesn't look bald anymore. She's got nice dark roots. We usually do her roots about every 5 weeks. I don't cut Deb's hair. She goes to a curly hair specialist to get it cut, and I just do her roots for her. And like I said, that's every 5 weeks. So thanks for watching, guys. It's been nice talking to you again. Please like and share this video, and I will bring more videos soon. So bye bye for now.